What is going on, Laker fans? Thank you very much for tuning in here on our YouTube page on ESPN LA. Appreciate everybody being a part of the show. Just to give everybody an idea, so in the offseason, I will be doing these Lakers talk on YouTube. Basically, I'm going to time it up with nights that I have Lakers talk on radio with 710 ESPN. So tonight I'm going to do my show, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please feel free to tune in. We got a lot going on. We'll break down some of these draft picks that the Lakers made. We'll talk about the big offseason priorities for the Los Angeles Lakers. Free agency starts July 1st, so a lot going on around Lakers basketball. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed. By the way, if you subscribe to the ESPN LA channel, you're getting Lakers content. You'll get Dodgers content with Greg Bergman and Clinton Yates. All our shows we live stream. I think 4 out of the 5 days that we do shows, we're live streaming the shows. So my show, Mason in Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. So we're all doing our shows. So please subscribe to the channel. I want to spend a little bit of time just talking about the biggest offseason priorities for the Los Angeles Lakers as we get ready, as we get to July 1st. So 3 names that I'm going to focus on: DAngelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, and Austin Reeves. So those are the 3 players that I want to focus on here real quick, and really just kind of get a gauge from Laker fans. What is your biggest priority of all the names that I'm talking about? Which player is you think most important? Maybe you want to rank them from most important to least important, but this is no order for me, but I'm just going to start out with this. Bleacher Report had a good article about this, so I'm kind of following along Bleacher Report's article on this one. I'm going to start out with DAngelo Russell, and he's probably the more polarizing player of the 3, where I think there's a lot of question marks of, hey, did we bring DAngelo Russell back? How much is it going to cost? Can we do a sign and trade if we try to send him somewhere else? Are there other teams that would be interested in DAngelo Russell? D'Lo for the Lakers, if you guys remember, once the trade went down after the trade deadline, played 17 games for the Lakers. I want to say he missed 6 in a row because he was dealing with an ankle issue in one of his first games with the Lakers. And then since that time, it took him a little second to come back. But when he did, he was averaging 17 and 6 a game, 17 points, 6 assists a game. And I don't think anybody was complaining about that or complaining about his presence in the regular season. Once the playoffs came, it was a little bit... I thought he had moments against the Memphis Grizzlies series. I thought he had some moments against the Golden State Warriors and had some key situations or key games where he helped the Lakers win those 2 series. But then in the Western Conference Finals against the Denver Nuggets, he was awful. 6 points, 3.5 assists per game. His minutes started coming down. He wasn't closing out games. Lakers had more confidence in Dennis Schroeder to close out the games. And now the question is going to be, what is the value of DAngelo Russell moving forward? I got a feeling if I had to make a bet on it right now that the Lakers will keep DAngelo Russell and try to sign him to a deal that they think is adequate, is fair. We'll see if that happens or not. He made $31 million in his final year last season. I don't think he's going to be getting money like that, but probably 18 to 25, somewhere in that range is where he's going to be. In a perfect world for me, if we could sign and trade DAngelo Russell and get a guard that is more reliable, a little bit more of a veteran presence, that would be amazing. I just don't know if that's going to be in the cards. I know that the Chicago Bulls will be looking for a point guard because Lonzo Ball's injury. He's going to be out most likely all in next year. Houston Rockets could be looking for a point guard. Let's see what happens with Fred VanVleet and the Toronto Raptors. So there's some teams out there that could potentially use a DAngelo Russell. I guess the question is just going to be how much of a priority is he going to be from the Lakers. If I had to put my money on it, I would guess DAngelo Russell will be a Los Angeles Laker by the start of next season. You guys can weigh your thoughts there. Rui Hachimura, another big decision to be made for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's interesting. Rui played about 33 games for the Lakers, most of those games coming off the bench. 9.5 points, 4.7 rebounds in the game since he became a Los Angeles Laker. Remember, he was the first trade that went down. About 2 weeks before the trade deadline would end, Rui Hachimura was already a Los Angeles Laker. Where Rui really started making his impact is in the playoffs. I thought he was great in the playoffs for the Lakers. The role that he was asked to play, played 16 games for the Lakers, 12 points a game, averaged 55% from the field. How about versus the Denver Nuggets alone? I know the Lakers got swept in that series. 15 points a game, just under 4 rebounds a game. I'm a big fan of Rui. One of the things that I like most about him, he's got great size. He looks like somebody that, he reminds me of somebody that a lot of championship quality teams need a player like Rui. Doesn't need to have the ball to be impactful, crashes the glass, is a good defender. I mentioned his size, his wingspan, broad shoulders, good weight, shoots high percentage when he does shoot, but does not shoot high volume. I'm a fan of what Rui brings to the table, and I know that I know for him, I have to imagine it was a good situation to be on a team that had foundation. It had LeBron. It had Anthony Davis. They had an identity where when he was playing with the Washington Wizards, it doesn't seem like that was ever the case. So keep an eye out for Rui Hachimura and what happens with him. I think there's going to be some teams out there that want a Rui, 6'8", 230 pounds. I don't think that's going to be just the Lakers that want him. Now, granted, he is a restricted free agent. And the last player that I want to get into here real quick, Austin freaking Reeves. This, to me, is, the most important thing is Austin Reeves. How about once the Lakers started putting him in that starting lineup? Average 16 points, 5 assists per game, 4.5 assists per game. His numbers went up, certainly in the playoffs. He was really, really nice for the Lakers and became one of those players where, hey, I like when Austin Reeves in, to where by the end of the season is you can't have games where Austin Reeves not playing 30-plus minutes. Creates for himself, can get to the foul line, smart player, willing defender, hard-nosed type of player, takes charges. Again, another player that doesn't have to have the ball in his hands to be impactful. So, Laker fans, those are the three players that I think, when you look at your biggest priorities, those are the ones we're going to keep talking about, and everybody's going to be so curious to see what happens come July 1st. With that said, there's a lot obviously going on over the next couple of weeks or so, and I'll throw it out to Laker fans. Of the three players that I just mentioned, who should be the biggest priority for the Lakers? What's most important this offseason? You can feel free to put on the comments below. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for being a part of the show. We'll get with you guys soon. Thank you, Laker fans.